pouvoir en place, tels que les élus Justin Bitakura, Claude Missaré ou encore le ministre Mohindo Nzangi, démontrent que ces attaques visent à déraciner les Banyamulenge et les Tutsis, qualifiés de Rwandais et donc étrangers du territoire national congolais.
This is not the time to divide ourselves. This is not the time to ask who is Turi a Congolese. That question has never built a nation. To every Congolese person, regardless of your ethnicity, regardless of where you come from, I speak to you directly. Look around you. The same poverty touches all of us. The same corrupt system fails all of us. The same stolen resources leave all of us behind. Our enemy is not each other. Our enemy is the division that keeps us weak while others grow rich from our land, our minerals and our sufferings.
What do you need? Justice. 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 Justice for you. Banyamulenge. Justice for you. Banyamulenge. Justice for you. Banyamulenge. Stop the killing. Stop the killing. Stop the killing. Banyamulenge. Stop the killing. Tutsi. Stop the killing. Stop the killing of Tutsi and Banyamulenge. What do you need? Justice. What do you need? Justice. Brothers and sisters, we are here. We are not happy to be here. We have a lot to do well, but we choose to be here. We choose to be here because we are angry, we are pained, we have so much sorrow going on in our hearts because of our people being killed every day, because of their facial expression, because of how they are created. And they are calling us strangers in our own countries. They are calling us Rwandese in our own country. They are calling us strangers in our own country. So we are here to demand justice to people who we think have the power to do something. And that's why we are here. So brothers and sisters, I have a little message to give to the embassy of the USA. We, members of the Banyamulenge and Tutsi communities, are affiliated with two organizations, the Banyamulenge Congolese Community of Australia and the Kinyarwanda-speaking Congolese community. Australian-based organization representing those communities respectfully issue this statement to call for urgent diplomatic engagement by the government of the United States of America, as well as coordinated action by the International Human Rights Organization and global partners. We are here today to express our profound concern regarding credible and ongoing reports of ethnic cleansing and deliberate humanitarian blockade targeting the Banyamulenge population in the highland of Fizi, Mwenga, Uvira, in the East Republic Democratic of Congo, the Kinyarwanda-speaking people of the Tutsi ethnicities. These actions are resulted in the widespread displacement, severe restricted access to essential humanitarian assistance, and grave threats to the civilian lives, human dignity, and fundamental human rights. For more than 9 years, with a marked escalation in recent months, the Banyamulenge community has been subject to systematic, organized, and humanizing violence. These atrocities are perpetrated by a coalition of armed actors that includes elements of the Armed Forces of the Democratic Republic of Congo, FARDC, the National Defense Forces of Burundi, the Mai groups operating under the name Wazalendo, the Democratic Force of the Liberation of Rwanda, FDR. Those are the notorious genocidaires who killed so many people in Rwanda in 1994. Now they are shattered in Congo by the government of Kinshasa. Those are the people that are in Minembwe, in Agachiro, in Masisi, everywhere in East Democratic of Congo. Additionally, for many years, violence in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo has been Kinyarwanda-speaking communities through conflict, displacement. Many civilians failed to flee their homes, losing family members. Basic needs as armed conflict continues across the region. Further of suffering, affected communities feel the pain has been in Rubaya. That's why they are killing people. That's why you see drones on top of our population. The seas of fire. The violence has included targeting bombardment using drones, civilians, widespread sexual violence, destruction of homes, and burning of villages, slaughters of livestock, and deliberate destruction of crops and livelihoods. In addition, a total land and air humanitarian assistance supporting the region in war amounts a prison, making our people prisoners. They are blocking the humanitarian aid, so our people cannot access food, shelter. Why? Because Tutsi, the land of Minembwe, Tutsi, and everywhere. So humanitarian impact. Since 2000, more than 10,000 people killed, thousands displaced, over 400 fed. The sexual violence, severe trauma, and against the ongoing slow motion genocide against the Abanyamerika community and the Kinyarwanda speaking of the Tutsi ethnicity. Publicly and explicitly condemn the violence targeting the Abanyamerika community. Exert increasing diplomatic pressure on the government of DRC to halt the attacks and lift the humanitarian blockade, including by resorting and safeguarding from the region. Other forms for independent investigation into crimes committed in the East Congo. Support targeted sanction against individuals responsible for serious human rights violation. Promote secure humanitarian corridor to ensure the safe delivery of aid to affected civilians, particularly women and children in East of Congo. Encourage an inclusive, sustainable dialogue to address the root cause of the conflict and no due process, including the pain and daily prison. Prison is a hell. It's a hell for our people. You don't know what they are. You try to ask the whereabouts, you don't know. The government cannot give you explanation. So we are asking for justice. What do you want?
And other Tutsi communities in the DRC are facing have just begun. And not because we are strangers to this situation, but because we are tired. We have had jobs. Our people breathe, yet the world remains silent. Today, we stand as the voice of our people, the Banyamulenge, back in DRC. For decades, long before us, our parents, our grandparents, and generations before, our people have suffered at the hands of those that are meant to protect us. So, to the government of the country that welcomed us, we urge you to listen to our pleas and our cries. We ask you to speak against the ethnic cleansing, support our peace building and efforts, advocate for the protection of the DRC. Each day, our people are killed with drones, leaving many dead, injured, and displaced, with nowhere safe to go because of the intentional blockage made against them. So
Thank you. Mémo de mutualité Banyamulenge Congolese Community of et Kinyarwanda Speaking Community. La communauté par le pouvoir en place, tels que les élus Justin Bitakwira, Claude Missaré ou encore le ministre Mohindo Nzangi, démontrent que ces attaques visent à déraciner les Banyamulenge et les Tutsis, qualifiés de Rwandais et donc étrangers du territoire national congolais. De ce fait, nous, membres de Banyamulenge Community, Abanyamerika Congolese Community of Australia et Kinyarwanda Speaking Congolese Community, tenons à informer la communauté internationale et plus particulièrement l'Union européenne ainsi que le gouvernement du Royaume de Belgique de ce qui suit. 1. L'échec du gouvernement congolais à nous assurer par plus de 10 000 militaires de l'armée d'une coopération militaire bilatérale, cette force étrangère mène des opérations militaires ciblant la population civile tutsi congolaise. 3. Allégation de génocide par asphyxie et blocus humanitaire constituant un crime contre l'humanité. Une stratégie délibérée et systématique visant la destruction totale ou partielle de Banyamulenge. Depuis 2017 jusqu'en 2026, plus de 60 villages et églises, plus de 210 écoles, 100 000 nous appelons particulièrement le gouvernement du Royaume de Belgique, l'Union européenne, la communauté générale, à condamner publiquement et explicitement les violences de Banyamulenge, exercer la pression diplomatique sur le gouvernement de la RDC afin qu'il mette fin aux attaques humanitaires qui leur est imposé. fin à la néfaste coopération militaire avec l'armée burundaise déployée dans le haut plateau de la zone sud du Sud Kivu. Prendre des sanctions ciblées contre des droits humains sans parti pris. Encourager un dialogue inclusif et durable visant à s'attaquer aux causes profondes du conflit et à garantir la protection de toutes les communautés sans discrimination. Enfin, exercer la libération immédiate et sans condition de tous les civils détenus arbitrairement en violation de Abanyamerika Congolese Community of Australia, Zawadi Munyaruhanga, président, Kinyarwanda Congolese Community, Yuri, président. Je vous remercie.
Australia and Kenya, the best organization representing these two communities respectfully issue this statement to call the urgent diplomatic engagement by the government of Belgium, as well as coordinated action international human rights organization and global partners. We are here today that includes elements of armed force of democracy and the National Defense Force. The Defense Force of Burundi. Mai groups operating under the name of Zalendo, the Democratic Forces of Liberation of Rwanda, and other foreign forces and mechanisms. Despite the scale of suffering, feel their pain and has been overlooked by parts of the international communities and global institutions. Survivors continue to express frustration over lack of strong international attention, meaningful accountability, and consistent action regarding the violence of the human crisis affecting the people. The violence has included targeted bombardments using drones and mortars, massacres of civilians, widespread of sexual violence, destruction of their home and grannies, burning of villages, slaughter of livestock, and deliberate destruction of crops and livelihoods. In addition, a total land and air blockade has denied civilians access to food, medicine, and humanitarian assistance, effectively isolating the region and trapping the population in what amounts to an open-air prison. Since 2017, more than 10,000 people are reported killed, thousands displaced, and over 430 villages burned. The systematic destructions of livestock, agricultural resources has gravely undermined the survivors of affected population. Many individuals have also been abducted and detained far from their families. The Banyamulenge and the Tutsi women have been particularly affected. In addition to displacement and violence, they have endured extreme sexual violence, severe physiological trauma, social stigma, and deep economic hardships. Their ability to care for their children and sustain their families has been drastically diminished due to the loss of livestock and access to the farmland, water, and markets. Today, we request the Ambassador of Belgium, in the highlight of the grave humanitarian insecurity crisis, we respectfully call upon the government of Belgium to openly speak against the ongoing slow-motion genocide happening against the Banyamulenge community and Kinyarwanda-speaking people of the Tutsi ethnicity. Publicly and explicitly command the violence targeting the Banyamulenge community. Expert increased diplomatic pressure on the government of DRC to halt and attack and lift the humanitarian blockade, including by restoring and safeguarding civilians financially channels in South and North Kivu. Work with international partners to secure and the withdrawal of foreign forces and non-advocacy and non-state armed groups from the region. Advocate with the United Nations and other international forums for independent investigation into crimes committed in the Eastern Congo. Supporting targeted action and against individuals responsible for serious human rights violations. Promote secure humanitarian corridors to ensure and safe delivery of aids affected civilians, particularly women and children in Eastern Congo. Encourage an inclusive and sustainable dialogue to address the root causes of the conflict and ensure the protection of all communities. Call for the immediate release of all civilians detained without due process, including detainees at Makala Central Prison and Doro Prison. Belgium has long-standing reputation as a defender of human rights and a promoter of peace. We believe that leadership can play a decisive role in mobilizing international actions hard to these atrocities and protect the community facing an extensional threat. We respectfully submit this memorandum in the hope of promote and concrete action. Thank you.
Community to act now, to intervene and protect the Banyamulenge, the Bahema, and all Congolese Tutsis who are being targeted simply because of who they are. To every Congolese person, regardless of your ethnicity, regardless of where you come from, I speak to you directly. Look around you. The same poverty touches all of us. The same corrupt system fails all of us. The same stolen resources leave all of us behind. Our enemy is not each other. Our enemy is the division that keeps us weak while others grow rich from our land, our minerals and our sufferings. This is not the time to divide ourselves. This is not the time to ask, who is Turi a Congolese? That question has never built a nation. It has only buried one. We have watched other African nations rise. We have seen what unity can achieve. Congo has every resources, every potential, every reason to be great. And it was great. It can be great again. But only if we choose each other than division. Let us shift our focus, not who belongs, but what we can build together as Congolese youth, regardless of where you come from, regardless of your tribe. Congo does not need more borders drawn between its people. Congolese needs youth to stand united. Save Mulenge.